When you hear that Buster H.R. Oh, man, it's about to go down. You feel the tension in the air. Wrestling fans all over the world, get ready for this right here. They're gonna have a field day with this one. You're about to witness Buster Unmasked! Oh, Lord! Oh, Lord! There's no telling what Buster's gonna say today. We just getting started. Just getting started! Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Hosted by Buster H.R. Johnson. This is a Buster H.R. exclusive. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. You are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Buster Unmasked!
All right, y'all, we're here, we're live. You're watching Buster Unmasked, and you know we got an awesome show for you here today. It's been about a year since my guest tonight has been on, and we got a lot to talk about because a lot's happened in that year. Before we get there, you know I got to promote these sponsors, so let's get that done. For all of your breaking news, sports, and weather in and around the Jackson, Tennessee, and the West Tennessee area, be sure to tune in to 101.5 FM or 103.5 FM. You can also log in to talkinwesttennessee.com. That's TALKNWESTTN.com or newstalk1035.com. For all of your in-home care and consumer direct services in and around the Caruthersville, Missouri area, be sure to call Glowing Hearts at 573-643-2537. Their priority is caring for you and your family. Be sure to check out the Boot Hill Sports Network on YouTube for all of your sports news and live local games in and around the Missouri Boot Hill. That's BOOTHEEL. That's the Boot Hill Sports Network on YouTube. The Boot Hill Sports Network is also the home of American Hostile Championship Wrestling and the Unified Wrestling Alliance every single Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Professional wrestling just the way you like it. All right, guys, without those dudes, this wouldn't even be possible. Y'all get ready. April 12th, Trenton, Tennessee, the TIWF Sportsplex. It is a Sunday. Bell time is 2:30 p.m. and KAW returns.
Buckle up and hold on tight. What was old will be new again. What was established in 1998 will be re-established in 2026. No substitutes, no cheap imitations. The most feared three letters in professional wrestling. KAW, Kick-Ass Wrestling, returns to claim the crown. Let the chaos begin. Outlaws never die.
All right, y'all, that is April 6th. April 12th. Let me get my shit together, y'all. April 12th, KAW returns, Trenton, Tennessee, the TIWF Sportsplex. And let me just say this. I've been talking to some of these KAW originals, and let me put it out there. All you new guys, all you young guys that's making your debut for KAW, y'all better be ready to kick some ass because the originals that are going to be there are fired up and they're ready to show you young guys what kicking ass is all about and what those three letters stand for. KAW. That's kick-ass wrestling, and we're going to see if you guys can handle it. We're going to see if you guys can take the heat once we put you guys in the kitchen. These older guys, these veterans, man, they are so fired up. They got me fired up. You can tell that. Look, we already got Donnie Martin in here. That's Chip Diver. He's a KAW alum. He's a KAW original. Mark McGee's already in here with us. So you guys get ready. And you better be ready for tonight. Because let me just say this. I said in the opening, my guest tonight was here a little over a year ago. And at that time, he was the 901 1819 champion. He smartened us up to what that belt meant, its lineage, its heritage, what it stands for, and what it means to 901 wrestling, and what it meant to him. Here we are just over a year later. And here's what this man told me on the last show. The KAW, excuse me, look, I'm thinking KAW. Listen, the 901 1819 championship is the equivalent of the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title for 901 wrestling. You are the guy right under the guy. At that time, Kevin Bless was the guy. Now it's my guest here tonight, and he told me on our last show, he said, I can promise you this, when I come back to your podcast, I will be the 901 heavyweight champion. Without any further ado, I bring to you the Merc, Chris Evans. The champ is here, guys. Chris.
What's up, Buster?
Dude, you got that big gold on your shoulder this time, man.
I told you I would, right? I told you I would. I told everybody I would.
You are a man of your words. You straight up said, look, next time you see me, I'm going to be the 901 heavyweight champion. It's a year later now, and I'm looking dead at you, man. You got that 901 belt. I see you got all the red, as you can tell. I designed the background off of all your black and red, dude. That's why we're looking like we're looking. So let's talk about that for just a second, because there's a lot I want to talk to you about tonight. I want to talk to you about the 1819 championship. Obviously, we're going to talk about the heavyweight title you got now. We're going to talk about how you got to where you are today. But I also want to talk to you about Hot Tamale for a second before we get started. I see
you mean Mile Taki?
Look, honest opinion. What do you think about Hot Tamale, man?
He's a wannabe. He wants to be a wrestler. He wants to be in the limelight. He wants to be where we at, but he ain't put in the work to get there. That's why he uses all this. You hear me? He ain't put in the dedication, the years. He ain't did the bumps, the years of training, going around the road, going to different shows. He ain't did none of that. He's an intruder.
Look, man, what do you think about it? He says that you guys ain't real wrestlers. He said he's the only real wrestler in the Memphis Mid-South area. You see he's got a belt now. Supposedly, he beat the king, Jerry Lawler, for that belt, man. Now, I do know that belt kind of small, and it's got Velcro on it. So we're going to kind of question how relevant that title really is. But let's talk about that for a second. Is there a chance? How much would you love to kick the crap out of Hot Tamale and take that little old Velcro belt he's got, man?
Man, as much as I love chocolate chip cookies, dog, I love to put my... Actually, if you go and watch the interview, because the interview was live on YouTube, he had your boy waiting, right? And this was literally my first interview after winning this beautiful 901 Wrestling Championship. And he had me waiting. His folks called me, but he gonna have me waiting. Bro, I had him in a full Nelson. I brought him into his own show in a full Nelson. And then at the end of the show, if you go and watch it, he tried to disrespect me and disrespect this title. And so I beat his ass off camera. You can hear it. You can hear it. He tried to run away. I pulled his ass back, and I beat his ass.
And, man, I tell you what, that gets on my nerves, too. You're not the only one he's kept waiting. There's been several guests on there. The guest is there waiting, should be there for an interview, and he's always the last to show up. He's kind of a little bit of Shawn Michaels-ish. He's going to show up when he wants to. Maybe a little bit of Axl Rose in there too. But you got to admit, he is good at running that mouth, man. You know he is like 42-0 against women.
He a track star when it comes to his mouth. He a hella track star, but it's funny though because like he can do all that yapping, but I bet if he get into the ring with people like me, or he get in the ring with people like Precious or Johnny Dotson, some real old school vets that give it to you, you get in the ring with Chris Lex or Tattoo. I bet if he did some of that, oh no, he won't be standing. He won't be saying he wouldn't even be messing with wrestling no more. He'd go off and do something else. He know better.
And he
But he
always
don't know better.
And he always storms off of his own podcast, man.
Yeah.
He stormed off of my podcast. I actually had him on a while back. Me and him kind of had some words towards the end. He stormed off of this podcast. I think that's his MO, Chris. I think when the heat gets a little too hot for him, he kind of hot tamale takes off running, man.
That's why I call him Mild Taki. He ain't even spicy. He ain't got no spice. You know what I'm saying? He as spicy as black pepper. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going around over there, bro.
I love that Mild Taki, man. But look,
Mild Taki.
That's enough of hot tamale. If any of y'all hadn't seen the Burn 'Em Up podcast, go check it out. It is hilarious. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, it's funny.
I know y'all had some heated moments, but did you have fun doing the podcast, man?
Define fun.
Well, I mean,
is it fun? Is it fun being disrespected? No. Is it fun having to manhandle another grown man in their own show? I guess so. Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do anyway. Was it fun to talk a little shit?
I think manhandling is probably the most fun part of it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I think that's the most fun part of it. But honestly, go check him out. Anybody out there, you'll laugh your ass off. He's hilarious. He just had Nick's on. Funny stuff. Doug Gilbert, man. Doug Gilbert was on. That whole podcast is hilarious. Go check him out. Enough of hot tamale. We're here to talk about the Merc, man.
Yeah, I know. First off, I don't even know why you even disrespecting me. Want to talk about another man, and not even a man, just somebody so insignificant as much as him. That's crazy. You brought me onto your show to talk about another dude, dude who ain't even a wrestler. Come on, Buster, do better. Do better.
Man, hey, that's why we got him out of the way first, there, Merc. We got him out of the way
first. It should have never been in the way. You feel me?
And that's my bad, Chris. That's my bad.
Come on now, Buster.
That's my bad. But I still respect you.
I still respect you, but don't make another blunder like that again. Please don't, because I hate to pull up to KEW to kick somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? Unscheduled.
Now, you know damn well KAW is a whole different monster. That's a whole different monster, man.
I respect my vets that came before me, but these other guys that I'm my classmates, so to speak, man, everybody can get it, bro. Everybody can get it. So quite frankly, man, next question. I'm not even gonna keep talking.
That right there is what I love about you, man, because truth be told, you know damn well I feel like you are one of the top guys, if not the top guy right now around our area. I feel like there's so much that you can do, and I don't feel like you've even remotely reached the heights that's possible for the Merc Chris Evans, and that's why you're on here again, man. It's been a year. Talk to us about. Let's kind of pick it up where we left off. When you left here, you were the 18-19 champion. The last thing you said was, "Mark my words. Next time you see me, I will be the 901 heavyweight champion." At the time, Kevin Blessed, he was the 901 champion. Like I said, you were at that time, you were the second man on the totem pole. Now you the top man on the totem pole. So let's take us from that last podcast up to where we are, man. We ain't got to do all the normal shit you've been on. Everybody, we learned about you the first time. Let's pick it up right where we left off there. Take us through this past year, man. Because, I mean, let's be honest, you ended up losing the 18-19 championship, but you parlayed that into the biggest prize in 901 Wrestling. So let's pick it up where you left off. When you left here that night, you were the 18-19 champion. You held that title for a long, long ass time. One of the most fighting champions ever that held the 18-19 title. So the floor is yours, dude. Kind of take us through this last year leading up to you sitting here again with that belt.
Well, but the first thing I'm gonna say is I'm never second on the totem pole. I'm always first, whether nobody want to believe it or not. A leather belt with metal does not define me. I define me. So I'm always top of the totem pole. Now that we got that out the way, let me think. You want to go from then to now? Then, yeah, 18-19 champion. Unfortunately, lost it to a goofball named Walker Hayes, face painting all dead man's party, blah, that type of thing. He didn't beat, like, I'm going to say this, he didn't beat me just, willy-nilly. We had a falls count anywhere, no DQ match. And the only thing that went wrong with that match was at the end, and you can go view this on 901 Wrestling YouTube. We were both on the top rope, if I remember this correctly. We were both on the top rope, and I was preparing to throw it. I had a table set up, and I was gonna put him through it. And right when we got airborne, his fat ass shifted momentum, and I was the one that went through it. And at that point, I'm dazed and out of it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So after that happened, I actually went on a long winning streak. I'm actually still on that long winning streak from last year. And I mean, hell, we had the summer of Merc undefeated, went undefeated in Mississippi. Still have not lost in Mississippi, be in mind. Went undefeated any show in Mississippi I was in. I mean, hell, went undefeated at Minglewood Hall since then. Won the wild card rumble, something that's been eluding me for so long. And it's not because I can win, it's because every time I get close to winning it, somebody else has to interfere and intrude in my little personal business while I'm wrestling. You know what I mean? They can't face me. They can't run a fade face to face with me in the wild card rumble. They have to go and try to was it they try to do it behind my back, try to eliminate me behind my back. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. I won it.
Well, hold on, Chris. Kind of explain to everybody what the wild card rumble is, because this is an every year occurrence with 901 Wrestling, right?
Yeah. So the wild card rumble pays homage to Devin, the wild card Taylor. Tragically passed away before it was it was
Right.
time for him, young guy. And it pays homage to him, right? And so every year we do this event and there is a battle royal. Now, in that battle royal, the winner gets their shot at any title, or any 901 wrestling title. It can be this one, the 901 wrestling championship. It can be the 18-19. Hell, it can be the tag team titles. It just, you get your choice. Okay.
Right.
And you always have that wild card in your back pocket. Now, unfortunately, I do not have my wild card anymore because, as you see, I parlayed it into this bad boy right here. But get yourself a wild card. You can cash it in at any time at any 901 wrestling event. It can be at Minglewood Hall. It can be like one of our events that we do, our satellite events, like at Mississippi Ale House or wherever. It doesn't matter. As long as there is sanctioned 901 wrestling event and there is a wrestling ring and that champion is there, you can pull your wild card. You can cash it in. And that's what I did. Now, here's the killer part. A lot of people like to take their cash in as a surprise, right? A lot of people don't like to say, oh, I'm going to cash it in on this day, or I'm going to cash it in on this person. I took a more different route. Okay, so the previous holder of this nice, beautiful championship was the one of one Kevin Bless. We all know the one of one Kevin Bless, right, Buster?
Right, man. Hell of a champion, Mark. You got to admit, he toted that belt with pride, and he defended it time after time until he finally met up with you in the ring, man.
And here's the killer part. Here's the killer. We told a story in this, a true story. We are one of our biggest fans. That's the crazy part. I posted a picture the other day, right? Instagram post that got synced over to Facebook. He shared it and said, "I'm still a fan." We are still fans to each other, but we know that when it comes to this, this is what this is what we want. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like, hey, listen, I'll fight with him any day of the week over this. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we did. I told him to his face after the wild card rumble. I said, Kevin Bless, I am cashing in on you. Okay. There are no surprises on who I'm choosing. I'm cashing in on you. And so what happened was he set up this whole gauntlet of big man competitors, right?
Right.
And to his credit, he defeated every one of them. But there is one person that was a blast from his past, the human juggernaut Bishop Cage, right?
I seen that, man.
Now,
Bishop's a big badass dude, man. That
oh
was
yeah.
and you got to admit, Kevin did run through a murderer's row of pretty well giants there for a while, but Bishop, man, Bishop's a veteran, and Bishop is a badass.
And don't get it twisted. I went through a nice row of great competitors, right? I'm gonna give them
Right.
their credit. Guys that stepped up said, "No, I want to take on the Merc. I want to wrestle the Merc." Cool, that's your death wish, bro. All right. Um, but see, Bishop Cage, I know something about Bishop Cage. See, everybody knows where I started, right? VCA back in the day was IWA, but that's neither here or there. He used to be one of those guys. And one thing I've always realized about Bishop Cage is, yeah, he a big guy. He loves inflicting pain, but one thing he loves more is getting that pay. You feel me?
Right.
And I ain't gonna go through the whole story of how we came upon our business agreement, but we had a business agreement,
So
right?
you did a little palm greasing, is what you telling us, man.
Hey
You
man,
kind
I
of
can
you kind of slid some of that big time cash you got over,
actually,
huh?
actually I still got some of it. See, folks don't realize the Merc actually be with it. See, Buster, people don't know, bro. Outside of this wrestling, I do other things. I ain't just
Dude,
wrestling. Like I
you
do
know,
other things, bro.
I know, man, because I've actually tried to get you to do a podcast about some of your other ventures, but you like to keep it wrestling, man. You like to keep them separate.
Hmm.
So that's what we're going to do. But yes, you're a multi-talented guy. You're not just a wrestler, man. Let me say that.
Yeah. I get down, bro. So Bishop Cage, he realized, hey, Merc, Kevin Bless. I don't know. Merc got some action. Merc got some motion, you know what I'm saying? And we struck a deal. And let's just say that deal went through successfully. And at the New Year's Eve Bang, the show we had in January 4th, I want to say Bishop threw the match for me. But you see who won and lost that match. Then guess what? Out comes the Merc. Fresh, ready to rock. Kevin Bless just went through damn near hell and back, you know, trying to defend this. And then here comes my music. Boom. The rest is history.
So let's talk about them few seconds before your music hits and you come out to cash in that wild card rumble card you got, man, to become the new champion. Now, like you said, you'd already let Kevin know that, dude, I'm coming for you. You are the
Hmm.
guy I'm going to cash in, but you didn't quite let him know exactly when you were going to do it or how. So, I mean, and Bishop, look, man, Kevin Bless went through hell with Bishop, no doubt about that. But boom, the music hits. Here you come out. Cash your wild card, rumble card in. Take us right there. Take us about your music hit, knowing that you're fixing to become the 901 heavyweight champion, man.
When that music hit, Buster, let me tell you something. When that music hit, I was already champion, right? When that music hit, there were no doubts that I wasn't gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, without this. The only thing I was just more concerned about is where's the party gonna be at afterwards? You know what I mean?
Now I'm glad you said that because I actually kind of did see a little bit of after party or almost an after party. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
I mean,
Oh, we
you
don't want
know,
to talk about that now.
but Buster, let me tell you something. People don't like it when the quote unquote bad guy wins. People don't like it when you do something to their favorite. You want to know something, Buster? I'm gonna tell you why people don't like me. Actually, I'm gonna put this down over here. Give me a second, if you don't mind, Buster. I'm gonna set this down
I know you're a
nice and
big
neat right
guy, but
there.
that big ass belt's got to get heavy after a while, man.
Buster, I'm this me and you right now. You know why people don't like me, Buster? Because I remind people what they're not. Buster, I'm a winner. Everybody else are losers. That proves it. Buster, I'm smarter than everybody. You think I do this when I cut off people? When people when their favorite wrestlers, whoever it may be, think they have the upper hand against me and now I'm 3 steps ahead of them. You think I do this for no reason? Buster, I'm smarter than everybody. I am a Dean's List student. I am an honors graduate student. I'm smarter. I have a hot ass wife. Folks gotta go home to Shamu.
I,
My
I have.
daughter goes to, listen, I'm not done, Buster. My daughter goes to private schools. She's about to start getting scholarships for volleyball and all her extracurriculars. I
Well,
am better than everybody, Buster. And
it runs
that's
in the
why people don't
family.
like me.
It runs in the family, and I have seen your wife, man, smoking, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a lucky man, and I'm sure a lot of people are envious and jealous of you, not just in the wrestling business, but in life in general.
Hmm.
You know how people are, but Tommy Jacks is on here, Mr. 901, and he's talking about your after party, man, and he said nobody was there. I didn't want to say that, Chris, but I mean
That's fine.
we did see the footage, but I understand what you're talking about. When people are jealous, they don't want to support you. It don't
You
matter
know
who
what?
you
You know
are. When
what,
people are
Buster?
envious and jealous of you, they do not support you.
Buster, let me tell you something. Tommy Jacks is one of Kevin Bless's biggest fans. Tommy Jacks has always been in the corner of the person who's been opposite of me. Let me give you a backstory. I know I said something about this last time we talked, but I'm gonna give you the backstory from me and Tommy Jacks. When I first was trying to get into 901 wrestling, this was pre-COVID, 2018, 2019, right? I tried doing the humble way. I said, you know what? I'm going to, the old school stuff, go to the shows, talk to the promote, that type of thing, right? I did that shit. Okay. And each time I talked to Tommy Jacks, he blew me off like I was a fucking fan. Then COVID hit and then everything got shut down, right? It wasn't until Billy Robinson said, hey, listen, I've seen you. I know your work. I know what you can do. So he said, sign under me. And therefore, if you're under me, you will be under 901 Wrestling. Except I'm just your manager. Cool. Boom. Did that. I started beating ass. I put belts to ass until I realized Billy Robinson is dead weight because I don't need him. I am established now. And ever since then, every time I've getting close to hitting that quote unquote what they call the brass ring, every time I got chose up for somebody else. It don't matter who it was. I'm putting belt to ass every match. Every time I hit the damn ring, people knew what they were getting. But yeah, I constantly was getting overlooked for these next big steps. Until eventually, once we hit towards the end of Black Lodge, I said, you know what? If my talents aren't going to be appreciated, then I'm just going to start taking shit. And
Right.
that's what I did. I beat Ken Dang for the 18-19 title. Hell, to be honest with you, once we got to Minglewood Hall, and my first defense match was a triple threat match. Tommy Jackson knew there's only a 33, fuck the Steiner math. There's a 33.3% chance of winning that compared to a singles match where the percentages can vary.
Right.
He knew that my back was going to be against the wall, but I'm smarter than that. So in that match, I said, if I take one now, I only got to contend with this fat fuck Walker Hayes. And that's exactly what I did. I dislocated not Kevin Bless, I'm sorry, Ken Dang's shoulder. And we're going to speak about him coming up. And then it was just me and Walker Hayes left. And I beat Walker Hayes because I'm smarter than that.
So let me hearing you talk, man. I'm feeling like you capturing this 901 title. It wasn't just for you. It wasn't just to beat Kevin Bless. I'm really starting to really feel like it was like a fuck you to Tommy Jacks
Oh,
for looking up.
exactly. You can hear the moment. I gave Kevin Bless one of the most beautiful lumbar checks this area has ever seen, in which nobody does. That is mine. And you can hear the hurt in his voice. You can still hear it to this day. I just beat Kevin Bless in our rematch, right? And you know how Tommy Jacks announced the winner? And your millionaire, the Merc, Chris Evans. Deflated. You know why? Because Kevin Bless is a Tommy Jacks guy. Hell, Tommy Jacks had Kevin Bless on his damn his phone wallpaper. Now you tell me if that's bias or not.
Dude, hey, look, Tommy's on here, man. He says, actually, I'm just a commentator, pal. I call matches. Mark, what you got to say about that, man? And,
You
and let
call
me,
you call matches, but you can't call this back. This right here, Jack. Throw whatever you want to throw at me. I've beaten everything you thrown at me. Now what can you do? See, Tommy Jacks is how I was just saying. Folks don't like me because I'm better than them. Tommy Jacks is a prime example. He couldn't stop me. Who can stop the Merc? Nobody. You lucky I'm
man,
wearing this fucking shirt. You
look,
lucky
man,
I've got this logo on the back. You're lucky. Because I can take this and go anywhere. But
901
no.
Wrestling is hot right now, dude. And you are the quarterback, man. You are the lead dog. You're the lead horse in the race, man. You are the guy. You are the face of the company. And look, this was a comment a few minutes ago, but Tommy actually said he is talented for sure. That's what I'll say. So Tommy knows you're talented, man. Here's the thing: I don't think you would ever made it to 901 or been there if you wasn't talented, man. Because 901 has a talented roster. Everybody on the roster are super talented guys, and every one of the guys are different. There's no two guys who are the same on the 901 roster, man. But you are the dude now. You are the face. Do you feel like you're going to be able to take 901 wrestling to places that Kevin Bless could not take it?
Oh, damn sure. The difference, it's funny. People don't realize how much pull I have. I just keep things low key. People don't realize how much background work I can really put in. But they don't see it because you know why? A lot of people want to gloat about it. You know what I mean? A lot of people want credit for everything. I sit back and I just watch and I wait for my time to strike. I'm an opportunist. I've always been that way. I wait and then I take. You feel me? So I know I can. The question is, it's not can I take it there? It's more of are they ready to take it there?
Look, man, Tommy says you actually should be mad at GM Contour.
Mm, that's cool. That's
And
cool. I
Greg,
know Contar. I can knock his knees out. He's out of commission. That
He's
ain't
a
nothing
big
to me.
guy, but he is the guy in charge of 901 Wrestling right now. He's the guy who makes the matches, puts you guys in position to succeed or fail. Because let's get that straight. Let's kind of go back a little bit. Let's rewind just a second. I feel like getting looked over in 901 fueled you, man. I feel like it built that fire. It stoked that fire inside of you, man. So let's talk about that. Take me through the emotions of knowing that you should be getting these spots, but somebody else is getting them. What Kevin Blast or Ken Dang or Walker Hayes or any of the other guys on the roster. Talk to me about how that made you feel knowing that this should be your spot, but you're getting passed right over for it.
I would say it makes me feel pissed. I would say it makes me feel undervalued. But all it does is just add flame to the ass kicking machine. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you a story. I know that the board, if you will, has a few members in it, and I overheard a conversation. Now they all kind of buddy buddy, but that's besides the point. I heard a certain conversation, and my name was brought up. And now I heard a certain voice that sounds like a voice that was on commentator. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm a petty soul, so I'll take it for what it is. But I heard this voice, and somebody said, "Oh, we're thinking about Merc." But I also heard, nah, pal. In my opinion, nah. He's okay, but he doesn't follow. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't toe the line, if you will. Now I'm not gonna say whose voice that was, but
And
so at
that's
that point, that's why I said I'm gonna start taking, because at that point I was like, okay, if I'm not going to be value, if I'm not going to be I don't want to say thrusted, but given the opportunity to evolve and move up, I'm just gonna do it myself. As you see, it's been a working formula. So
look, here's the thing in the wrestling business. It comes a point where you can't sit around and hope for opportunities. You can't ask for opportunities. Just like you said, you got to take what you want. Look, Greg James says it. He says the Merc is definitely a great talent, man. I don't think there's anybody around our area that don't see that in you. I feel like everybody sees the fact that, hey, this is a fucking dude. He's a big guy. He looks great. His gear looks great. He's a badass in the ring. He can work his ass off, talk his ass off. So I think everybody is on board with the fact that the talent's there. You are the guy, man. And 901 are doing some big things, man. 901, like you said, you went from Black Lodge, went to Minglewood Hall, which I feel like was a blessing in disguise for you guys. I feel like Minglewood Hall and 901 was a marriage made in heaven. Now, Saturday Morning Live. So let's touch on that for a minute, because bringing the tradition of Saturday morning wrestling back live right then and right in downtown Memphis, man. So talk to me about Saturday Morning Live, man, because now you're the driving force behind that. You are the face of 901. Means you're the face of Saturday Morning Live too. Let's talk about Saturday Morning Live for a little bit.
I mean, Buster, I'm like I said a minute ago, I've been the face, bro. There's just been other caricatures out there. I've been the face. I've been there. But talking about Saturday Morning Live, yeah, we're bringing it back. We're actually doing it. We're off Summer Avenue. Um, I call it Believe in Church because this is really in my backyard. To be honest with you, I live in the area, so yeah, we're bringing it back. It's gonna be better than ever because, quite frankly, I will be leading the pack for that whole show.
So look, Greg James, and look, I ain't one to start shit, but I got my spoon in hand, and Greg is throwing ingredients in the pot. But he says 901 has everything Memphis Wrestling don't have. Do you have any kind of comment on that, man?
I mean, I could comment on, but quite frankly, I don't want to waste my breath on it because I'm focused on what 901 Wrestling got. I'm focused on leading this ship. What they got going over there is what they got going. I don't watch it. I don't do anything with it. I don't care. I
Right.
guess is the best way to describe it. Thank you, Greg James, for putting us above that. But I don't care what they're doing. I can give a flying fuck what they're doing or who runs it.
And here's the thing, 901. I feel like 901 really has the pulse of Memphis. That's the
Mhm.
hook right there. I mean, there's a lot of wrestling companies out there. EPW's in Mississippi. EPW is blowing up like crazy. Obviously, Memphis Wrestling. There's other companies in Memphis, NOCW. I see they're starting to promote a show again coming up soon. So they'll be back. But 901, I feel like with the marriage with Minglewood Hall starting Saturday morning live, I feel like 901 has really captured the pulse of Memphis, Tennessee, the heart of
Mhm.
Memphis, and now you're the leader of that, man. So let's talk about that. What is your plans for 901 Wrestling in the future now that you're the guy, you're the main face on the billboard, man?
My true plans for this is getting this. And when I say this, I don't mean just this, but getting that in faces. Okay? Because it's one thing to say, oh, hey, come check out 901 Wrestling. It's one thing to say, oh, we're in Minglewood Hall. We're in the big room. Do you know when the last time they had wrestling in the big room? It was WWE NXT, right? Back in like 2015.
Right. And before that, it's been
Eons.
probably early 2000s, maybe
Yeah.
even 2000 since wrestling has been in Minglewood Hall.
Yeah. And so we're doing something nobody is able to do, right? And credit to Minglewood Hall. We treat them good, they treat us good back. You know what I'm saying? They love us there. And so my objective is just getting this in people's faces. Because it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to say, hey, come here to watch wrestling, but what makes people want to give a damn? You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to get in people's faces. You got to put shoving it down their throats. Not in a bad way, but it's like, hey, come check us out. Hey, tell your friends. Hey, let's parlay on something. I'm talking to a few people right now that are influential. I'm like, hey, listen, let's work up a plan to get that helps both of us. Partnerships. That's
Right.
what I believe in on the businesses because I am a business school. The partnerships is what matters. That's what I'm working on behind the scenes. And sooner or later, I mean, hell, it's about to be spring and summer. Families are going to get out and they're going to want stuff to do. Why not 901 Wrestling?
I agree
Saturday
with that,
morning
man.
lives are going to pop, but guess what? College football ain't on. What else are you doing Saturday morning?
That's
Drinking
right,
coffee?
man.
And I'm a huge college football fan, right? So knowing that that ain't going on, what are you doing at 11 a.m.? Nothing. You probably watching your kids play outside. Why not just say, "Hey, let's go watch wrestling and go get lunch"? Come
Right.
on now. It's business is easy when you break it down to the micro. See, that's where that smart comes in. When you break it down all the way and then you build up from there, it's easy. But people don't want to put in that legwork to do it. People are afraid to talk to other people. People are afraid of rejection. I'm not. Hell, I've been rejected. I just told you my story trying to get on 901 Wrestling was full of rejection. Obviously, you see where it's landed me.
Landed
It's
you at the
easy,
top of
Buster.
the top of the list, man. What it looks
Come
like to
on
me,
now.
man. So let's talk some of the guys' talent in 901. Now you mentioned Ken Dane, and y'all got a history. You kind of done alluded to that. So let's talk
Hmm.
about Ken Dane. You said we talk about Dane. Let's talk about Dane. Am I wrong in saying I feel like you and Dane have a meeting in the ring coming up soon?
Yep, he is the number one contender for this bad boy here. But I mean, I got his number. I beaten him before. I beat him for the 18-19. That's one. I broke his shoulder. Well, I don't want to say I broke his shoulder, but I dislocated his shoulder when we had that triple threat. So I know a solid weak point for him. I know some personal stuff about him, right? That may or may not affect how long he's in this business.
Damn.
So it's like, knowing all of this, who's really got the upper hand? People don't realize, man. I'm a smart, I said before, I'm a smart individual. I do my homework on people, man. So I know my opponent inside and out.
So let me ask you this, man. You're pretty confident you're gonna knock Ken Dang off when the time comes. But there's a lot of other guys. Now, look, whether they're tag team guys or whatever they are, now you are the main target in 901 Wrestling. Everybody wants to be in the spot you're in. So talk to me about who you might see as being some of the challengers that rise up to challenge you over the next month, year, however long you have this title, man. Who do you see as challengers?
I mean, everybody. Like you just said, I'm the main target. Everybody's looking at me different, which is fine. I mean, everybody's been looking at me different. I walk backstage and people kind of give me a certain glance. I'm not, I'm not new to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a challenge, but nobody is a threat. Okay.
So I'm gonna throw a name out to you.
Okay. Go ahead.
Walker Hayes. Now, you explained to us in the opening kind of how the 18-19 championship match went, where you lost the belt to Walker Hayes. But Walker, big, bad dude. You're a big dude. And it's a lot of times you don't step in the ring with guys as big as you or as bad as you. What about Walker Hayes? Because now, honestly, if he's the U.S. champion, the Intercontinental champion, the 18-19 champion, he's right there. He's constantly butting right up against you and your 901 heavyweight title. And I can guarantee you, Walker wants to be in the spot you're in, man. So let's talk Walker Hayes specifically.
Okay, well, first off, he ain't 18-19 champion. My cousin Prince Adonis is the 18-19 champion. And kudos to him. You know what I'm saying? Back in Black Lodge, we had our spats, we had our fights, but we're on same accords. He understands now. He gets it. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I mean, Walker Hayes, I mean, it is what it is. I've done wrestled him. I mean, hell, I've wrestled him in 901. I've wrestled him down at EPW. I mean, like at this point, it's routine. We know what's up. The only thing with Walker Hayes is just making sure my cardio is better than his. Yeah, I know that.
Well, let's talk Prince Adonis, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Since I've been doing working on the KW show, I am definitely behind on all my wrestling, keeping up with it.
Hmm.
So let's talk Prince Adonis, man. Let's talk
Hmm.
him. I mean,
Hmm.
y'all might have
That's
a
cuz.
relationship, you might be personal, but at the end of the day, he's just like you was to Kevin Bless. Y'all are in the same game, and it's all about claiming that top prize, and you hold that top prize. So what about
Hmm.
Prince Adonis? What if Prince Adonis decides, hey, I want you, man. I want that title.
I mean, that can always happen. But you know what's fun? So if you scroll back in the history books of 901, me and Prince had, you know what I'm saying, me and Cuz had a whole a family squabble, if you will, right? It's well documented. And we beat the hell out of each other. I probably beat him a little bit more than he beat me, but it's whatever. But recently, Prince Adonis has had a change in mentality. Now, quite frankly, I don't know what that change is, but I like it. Because I used to tell him all the time, you need some grit. You're too shiny. You need grit. And he's been finding that grit. And so now, we're both cousins. So now it's kind of funny to look at how royalty has obtained this black gold, what we like it, what we call it. We call ourselves the black gold of 901. it's just astonishing to me. And it's a little confusing. I'm still trying to figure it out, but because he's been, I don't want to say elusive, but he's just been very different, but it's been working for him. And so I applaud him on that. And going back to kind of what you said about having a target on my back, if you can kind of see right now, I mean, one, I got Bishop Cage on my right, and with me, patching things up and me and Cuz like rekindling me and Prince Adonis, I mean, hell, I kind of have him on my left too. So I
So,
still got myself a small group, a little gathering, a little army, if you will.
but you said one thing earlier in this show when we were talking about Bishop. It's all about that moolah for Bishop. It's
Hmm.
all about that money. So what happens if somebody comes up with the right number and Bishop Cage does to you what he did to Kevin Bless, man? What if that right number comes up and now all of a sudden you're in Bishop's crosshairs? That's a match. That is a
Hmm.
match I would really love to see. I'm going to be honest with you, and I think everybody out there would. You got two monsters squaring off in the ring, two physical guys, both big guys, both no nonsense guys in that wrestling ring. What happens if Bishop turns on you, man?
Well, I mean, that is an opportunity. And to be honest with you, nobody 901 got it like I got it. Let's be real. I done told you how many accolades I'm running with right now. Who got it like me? Name somebody. Name somebody.
Look, man, I'm gonna be hard pressed to do that. And I'm
I
sure
know,
Kevin
because
Blake. Look.
You can't. You ain't got the answers, bro. You ain't got the answer because nobody's doing it like me, bro.
Well, let me ask you this: what about Bless? Because I know he ain't just done with the 901 heavyweight championship. You don't hold it
Hmm.
as long as he did and carry it with the pride he did and lose it without wanting that motherfucker back, man. So let's
Oh, I
talk
know.
about Bless again. What happens? Are you ready for Bless again?
Oh yeah. Now, and here's the funny part. I'm glad you kind of brought that up because we both kind of know Kevin Bless mentality. He's a pit bull, dog. He's a pit bull. He ain't gonna give up. Ain't no, oh, this is squash. We done with it.
Right.
He's always got that. Man, look, I do his what? Man, I'll beat his ass though. I still he always got them little grudges that he keeps. He may not fully just release it, but he's always got that there. And I mean, long story short, if he try and get it again, if he try to run it again, we can always run it again. Buster, I ain't been running. And Kevin Bless don't be running. We can both get it again. It don't matter. You know what I mean? I expect this.
I'm gonna throw a left field guy out there at you.
Okay.
Yonko Bailey, man.
The
Let's
clown?
talk about the clown. The clown. Look, now here's something you can relate to. You didn't like being overlooked. You didn't like being passed over. And I feel like a lot of times people look at Yonko and they see the clown and they don't see no further. But this guy can get it done in the ring, and he plays mind games. That's
Hmm.
a whole different aspect. It ain't just stepping in the ring with him. You're a smart guy. He plays mind games with his opponents. Let's talk
Hmm.
about Yonko for a second, man. I know that's left field, and I can tell by the way
Yeah, it
you
was
laugh.
very left. Buster, that wasn't left field, motherfucker. That was out the stands.
That was a home run foul, man, right there.
Man, that hit somebody's car in the parking lot.
So, but honest question, Yonko Bailey, where do you see him at as a challenger to you in your 901 title, man?
Yonko Bailey. Okay, I will say this: Yonko Bailey does play a lot of mind games, but you know what? Yonko is it, Yonko's schizophrenic.
Yeah,
Okay,
there ain't no lie about that now.
Yonko is schizophrenic. I mean, hell, if you really want me to be honest with you, I think most wrestlers are schizophrenic anyway. But Yonko is really schizo. Because you don't know if you're gonna get, you don't know what you're gonna get, and he likes pain, but I like inflicting pain. And if he laughs while I'm hurting him, that might make me hurt. I might have to kill him. Can I say it? Is that illegal to say?
I mean, you just did,
I
man. I
might
guess
have to
we'll
kill him.
look. I guess we'll find out if we shut this motherfucker down, and it's been next, and we know we can't say that, man. But you just did. But you make a good point. He likes pain.
He likes
You're good.
pain.
You're good at inflicting pain. So that's a hell of a dynamic, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you beat a guy that loves to be hurt, man? How do you hurt a guy that loves pain, man, that likes to be hurt?
Man, call the Shelby County Mental Institute.
Honestly, I'm picturing that in my head, man. I'm seeing y'all get ready for the match, and I'm seeing the
Just
fucking
call 'em up.
orderlies. I'm seeing the guys from the Mental Institute come in and snatch his ass up. Fucking hilarious.
And when that happens, I'm gonna be doing this. Like, ain't no match here, Bucko.
Fucking hilarious. And look, Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks beat me to it. I was headed here after Yonko. Don Montana, another big bad ass dude. This is a guy that can match size with you, match strength with you in the middle of the ring. Talk to us about Don Montana, man. That's a hell of a matchup right there, too. That's another Bishop Cage Merc match right there.
I'm Don Montana. I'm big as hell. I'm Don Montana. No, you know it's funny. Everybody, yeah, he's got size and he's big as hell. I will give him that. But I mean, did you not see the way I manhandled him while we were feuding back at Black Lodge? Like I gave him hell for a year. I'm talking about German suplex, back suplex, standing suplex, gut rich suplex. I'm talking about all that. A damn T-bone suplex. You know, I've got a whole repertoire of suplexes I know how to do. You know what I mean? I don't put me up with some of the best suplexers, and I will hold my own. But I gave that man hell for a whole year, man. So it's like I got his number.
So you
That
think
would it would sell a lot, it would sell tickets and it will make a lot of money. But but I'm still coming out with that bad bitch right there. You see that?
but here's the thing. I feel like in his mind, he owes you one. Because I mean, like you said, y'all had a hell of a feud. You even zip tied or handcuffed his ass, or what? You taped him to the guardrail.
No, that was MJ. That was MJ. That was a great idea by MJ. I ain't gonna front. I should have did that when we were feuding, but that's besides the point. That might be something I keep back here in the back of my head.
Well,
Continue.
let's talk MJ then.
Mm-hmm.
MJ's another big bad dude, and over the last couple of years, MJ has really flipped the switch and really focused in on his wrestling career and started taking it 100% serious, not just in the ring, but in the gym too. Let's talk about MJ, man. Let's touch on MJ for a minute. You battled him. You battled him. But all these guys, you got to understand, now you got the prize. So when these guys come for you, you got everything to lose, and they don't.
Actually, you want to know something, Buster, about MJ and myself? We have never been in the ring with each other, but we've been itching at the bud to get in the ring with each other. You know what I mean? That if MJ stepped up and said, "Yeah, Merc, you next," I'm like, "Come on, bro," because I've been waiting for this. Because me, like you said, we both big guys. MJ can move. I can move. He been in the gym. I've been in the gym. We both we don't even start me. If MJ won, MJ can get it. It's an open. This right here is an open door opportunity. It's an equal opportunity title. Whoever wants it can get it. I don't care. I'm gonna be down whatever. You know what I mean? And
I got one
go ahead.
last name for you, Mark.
Okay.
And this guy's a newcomer to 901, but you talk about a wild card. He is a wild card. CT Jordan. This is a guy He's a veteran in the business, and he
Hmm.
can get it fucking done in the ring, man. Him and Don Montana had one of the best matches, big man matches I've seen in a long time here a few months
Hmm.
ago. So let's talk CT Jordan because he is capable of getting the job done, and he's new to 901.
Hmm. Well, you know, I haven't run across CT too much to really gauge him because he's been busy doing just different things. I know I ran across him. I've run across him at 901. I've run across him at MCW in Osceola, but I haven't gotten a good read on him yet. So, Buster, in all honesty, I can't give you an honest answer. The only thing I can say is I'm gonna do me regardless of who you put in front of me. You can throw out any name. I mean, hell, you can throw out, I mean, bigger names. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing because obviously it's been a winning formula.
Well, let's head there. We're already an hour in. We're finna start wrapping it down. So we were
Damn,
just
Buster,
fixing.
it's been an hour. Shit, man. Talking to you feels like 15 minutes, man.
Man, when it's good, dude. And you ain't shy about talking. So it ain't hard. It ain't like I gotta pull fucking answers out of you, man. They come
Hey,
naturally. So let's talk about that, man. You are at the top of 901. Is there anything left for you to accomplish at 901 other than beating a few guys that you want to make sure they understand that you are the guy and they ain't? What is there left for you to accomplish at this point?
there's plenty of stuff to accomplish. Hell, I mean, if you really want me to be honest with you, I can form a tag team, take the tag team titles, and be a Triple Crown champion. Okay.
I
I
like
can
that.
still, you know what I'm saying, have this championship, but take it to, I mean, extraordinary heights. You know what I'm saying? And build it. Hell, today is Minglewood Hall. Tomorrow it could be the Renaissance Convention Center, selling out the huge room. You know what I mean? I can take it as far as as far as I want to take it. You know what I mean? So I don't see this as the final step. To be honest with you, I see this as the beginning step. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's not, I mean, it's one thing to say you're a champion, but what the fuck does it mean if you ain't taking championship steps, if you ain't elevating things? I'm just
And
saying.
here's the thing. I like where you went there because I mean you've been the 18-19 champion. You are the heavyweight champion. So you've held the two main belts in the company now. But now is your opportunity to rebuild 901 in your image. Where
Hmm.
for the last for and this is just the honest truth, for the last what 2 years, it's been built in Kevin Bless's image pretty much. So now it's
Hmm.
your time to take 901 and rebuild it into the image of the Merc. So what do you see that? What does that look like? What does 901 with the Merc at the top of the heap look like a year from now? What would you like to see going on with 901 a year from now with you at the top, man?
Well, I mean, hell, Buster, when you drive into Memphis, you see billboards, you see 901 wrestling. When you watch a Grizz or hell, if you're at a Grizzlies game, you see feet like maybe like halftime or during timeouts, you see featuring 901 wrestling champion the Merc Chris Evans or whoever is available at that time, and people know who that is. You know, back in the day, and this is getting a little historical. I know we can talk history. I mean, we'll add another 2 hours talking historical Memphis wrestling. Back in the day, guys used to get noticed. You walk around him. I mean, Jerry Lawler. You catch him just randomly, maybe Walgreens or Kroger or whatever. You notice them. And Buster, let me tell you something. My wife can attest to this. We'll go out in public and folks will be like, "Oh, it's Merc." You know what I mean?
Right.
There's been times where, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, who are you, bro? You know, I just having the notoriety, just knowing 901 wrestling, just but you know what I'm trying to say. I can't put it into words, but you know what I'm saying. Like you can't go throughout the city. You can't go to Collierville or Germantown or Barley. You can't be in this area without knowing who this person is. And sometimes, Buster, my name precedes me. I'll go to an outside show and they're like, oh, so this is the Merc. And I'll be surprised. I'm like, oh shit, my name reaches out this far. That's what I want 901 Wrestling to be.
Hey man, it's in the ball is in your court now. You are the quarterback, man. It's up to you. It's up to you to take 901 to the next level. 901 has been steady growing.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since y'all left Black Lodge, it feels like 901 is the trajectory. It's been going higher and higher and higher and higher. And I don't look for that to stop. And like I said, I feel like 901 has the pulse of Memphis, Tennessee. And look, I'm with you. I want to see wrestling great again in Memphis and around the Mid-South area. I want
Maybe
to
that
see
should be a hat. Maybe that should be a hat. Well, I don't want to say make Memphis wrestling great again, because then people want to think it's
you might get
the
a
other.
you might get a
Yeah,
cease and desist order if that happens, man.
yeah. You know we. But I'm a caveat by saying this,
You
man.
could say this: make wrestling great again in Memphis.
Yeah, it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow. It doesn't flow. I get what you're saying. It doesn't flow. But I'm a caveat by saying this, Buster. And this is me and you talking. Like you said, the ball is in my court, right? We have an opportunity to do something huge, to do something big. And quite I say, and it sounds cliche, to do something the city hasn't seen before. And we're going to make that happen, but it's got to be all hands on deck. Other places, I'm not going, we're not going to say company names because it doesn't even matter. But other places, they usually are bankrolled by somebody outside of Memphis,
Right.
or they're just fledgling by. They do a couple of shows and they're mud shows. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say there's not good shows, but I mean we have an opportunity to make shit happen. Okay, and we have to seize the moment, and that moment will be seized. These opportunities will come to fruition. It's just going to take time. But watch it happen, Buster. Like I told you last time when I was 18, 19, I said next time you see me, I'll be that.
Man of your word, dude.
Watch
You
it
didn't lie.
happen.
You
I,
didn't
I
lie,
don't I,
man.
I don't tell lies and I don't tell fairy tales. I just give spoilers.
Look, I got two final questions for you. Since you mentioned maybe winning the tag team titles, Norman came on and he said, never gonna happen, man. But let me ask you this before you address Norman. If you did decide to do that, who's your partner, man?
That's a good question. Who would I say? I mean,
I got an idea, man, but I want to hear what your idea is first.
who do I respect enough in 901 Wrestling to say, hey, partner up with me, right? I mean, hell, it can be somebody as big as Dorian Vane, or it can be Bishop Cage. It can be my cousin Prince Adonis. I mean,
We
I don't
skipping
know.
around, man. We skipping around the name I got on my mind.
What name you have? Maybe I'm just not thinking clearly.
Kevin Bliss.
Hmm.
Think about the dynamic.
Hmm.
All the history you guys have got. I mean, think about that dynamic, man. I can see, I can actually see y'all winning the titles, but I can actually see a lot of shit going on in between y'all winning the titles. Before and after, I'd love to see how that dynamic played out with you guys.
Hmm. I mean, Buster, there's only one thing I can really say about that. I guess you just have to wait and see.
There you go. And look, so now let's talk. Let's fantasy book for just a second. You're the
Okay.
guy. Contour comes to you and he says, look, man, we fixing to spend some money and bring in a top star. When I say top star, I don't mean around the Mid-South area. I mean a legit superstar could be from WWE, could be an AEW guy, could be a TNA guy, NWA guy, could be a New Japan guy, could be a Ring of Honor guy. If you had your choice and your dream opponent, who would it be, man? Who do you want to test your mettle against?
The top name that comes to mind, and I've been wanting to wrestle him for, I mean, hell, years before he reached MLW. You ever heard Alex Kane?
Right. Yes.
Him.
Why?
I mean, the similarities: big guy, aggressive guy, technical guy, powerful guy. There's similarities in there, and and like you said, I'll be able to test myself because he goes by the suplex assassin. Now I'm known for throwing out suplexes left and right. Now you tell me the battle of suplexes, who will win that? If we know what each person can do, the counters and the maneuvers and the way it's going to get real technical. Who's going to be the first one to land that one suplex, no matter if it's a simple standing vertical suplex? Who's going to be the first one to land to strike blood? That is the stuff I think about.
Well, let me ask you this then. I said I didn't have but two, but that you just us talking about that gave me one more. We're talking about taking 901 to the next level, not just 901, taking wrestling around the Memphis area to the next level, trying to bring it back to what we all wish it was right now. And I think everybody from every company is in agreement in the fact that we wish that Memphis was as thriving a wrestling community as it once was. Do you think if they brought guys like that in and you were able to knock them off one after another, do you think that would help elevate wrestling around our area? Do you think that would make people by the thousands buy tickets eventually? See,
I think if a big name like, well, I mean, let's really face it. You already have one place that their name thrives on bringing big names in. Like I said, Bus, I'm not going to say company names, but we know what we're talking about. There's one company in Memphis that thrives on every show. There's a big name coming in, and yet they still do the same average crowd. Buster, in order for Memphis wrestling to get to where it's at, everybody has to be on one accord. Okay. But the thing is, everybody is busy doing their own things. And then there's also egos in politics. But everybody does everything so different. Um, this doesn't happen. Now, quite frankly, it is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? And you can only focus on what you have in front of you, like 901. I can only focus on what we're doing here. You know what I mean? But until then, I mean, I know Johnny Dotson's talked about it, and many other people, many other vets have talked about it. But quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of things will have to die in order for things to rebuild. It's kind of like the legend of the Phoenix. In the Phoenix ashes, when it dies, a new Phoenix is born. And I hate to say it, but something's got to crumble entirely before this is built back to where it once was.
And let me run this by you. You talked
Hmm.
about that, there's already a place that brings talent in like that, and it ain't really sparked. It ain't really took off like you would think it was. Me personally, I think that goes back to booking. Honestly,
Hmm.
here's the thing. If you're going to pay guys the kind of money you pay these guys, these stars to come in, the whole point is for them to come in and use them to elevate your talent, your stars. And that's where I
Hmm.
think there is a disconnect right there. I think a
Hmm.
lot of times these places are catering to these stars instead of catering to their stars. And I think
Hmm.
that's where the disconnect is. Here, you can bring anybody you want in. You can bring fucking Stone Cold in, and if he stunners every one of your guys, you look like shit. I don't care. Just because he was there don't mean shit. Your company looks like shit. You look like shit. But if he stunners every one of your guys except one, and one lays his ass out, now you're starting to get somewhere. Now people are interested. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues with bringing talent in. And it's not just in Memphis. We see it all over the place with all kind of different wrestling companies. They bring stars in and they do not use them properly. I don't care what you do with them, but if you're going to pay money to bring a star in to do a job, because that's what it is, no matter what goes on, he's getting paid to come there and do a job, whatever the booker needs. And if you're not using that person to elevate people on your own roster to make them bigger, then you're wasting your time and money. Because like you said, so far it's not turning into big giant crowds and running shows every night of the week. So there is a disconnect there somewhere. Me personally, I feel like it's booking.
And you want to know something? And this isn't the words I'm saying isn't a slight to any of the performers, of the workers. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
Right.
these guys. I know these guys. I'm cool with a lot of them. This ain't no slight to them. But hell, we draw the same, if not more, with our homegrown talent. I know multiple places that draw the same, if not more, with homegrown talent.
Dude, I do too. And I'm not going to say no names, but a few years ago, I was talking to a promoter and they were looking to bring a name in. This name was going to cost them like $800. And I had a conversation with the guy and I said, hey, man, I said, let me ask you this. First of all, what's your ticket price? And let's just say tickets are $10. If you pay a guy $800, that means he's got to at least put 80 more people in than you were already going to have just to make his money. And here's the thing. If he can't make you no profit, them 80 people don't matter anyway. So not only does he got to put 80 in, he needs to put 100 in. He needs to put 120 extra people in over what you were going to draw with your homegrown talent. And that's where a lot of companies, I feel like, goes wrong. They get those stars in their eyes and they think, man, and here's the thing. It goes back to being a mark a lot of times. A lot of promoters are marks because, man, I love this guy. I want to bring him in. Let's pay him $10,000 fucking dollars to come in and not put 10 more people in our audience than we were going to have.
So you have like older wrestlers whose time has way passed, but you pay them to come in to be a shell of themselves. And this is no disrespect, but you pay them to be a shell of themselves. See, I'm not gonna lie. My philosophy, if you're gonna bring a guy in, at least bring him like a up and comer, like somebody who's probably not, maybe like in NWA set, like a Jack Vaughn or something like that, where they're cheap enough where you can still make a profit, but they're known enough, especially in the day of social media, where
Right.
everybody shares everything is seen. Or like Ben Bishop, Big Ben Bishop in Nashville. You can bring somebody like that in. He's got a name. He looks great. You're going to fill seats because wrestling fans know wrestling. um Bring those guys in, because I mean, hell, all it takes is for them to have an appearance on NXT or get signed at Ring of Honor, and guess what? That booking rate just doubled.
Right. And look, you're a smart guy. You're a college guy, so you know this. It's all about economics at the end of the day. There's no use spending money on somebody if you're going to lose money spending money on them. I don't care who it is. I don't care how big a fan you are of them. Here's the thing. I'm not paying Jerry Lawler. And let's go back 20 years where Lawler was still Lawler. He'd get in the ring and work his ass off. I'm not paying Jerry Lawler $1,500 or $2,000 to come to my show unless I know for a fact he's going to make his money back and make me money. Because I don't care about him making his money back. That don't do us no good. We're just breaking even. It's all about making money, and I feel like that's where it lies at. Anytime you're looking talent, if you don't believe they can make you money, then
Mm-hmm.
there's no use bringing them in. I don't care how much you loved them. I don't care
Yep.
if they were the first wrestler that hooked you on wrestling as a little kid. I don't care how fucking sentimental you are. If it don't turn into dollars, don't do
It
it.
don't make sense. Because if you're doing it for sentimental value, you might as well just go see them at a convention. It's going to cost you less anyway. You know what I mean? And breaking even don't pay the building rent, or if you're running in somebody else's building, it don't pay that rental fee. It doesn't pay the light bill. It doesn't pay your boys. You know what I'm saying? If you're paying them, it doesn't pay them. Like it. If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
And that's the thing, man. I think if all bookers and all promoters, that was their baseline. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much the fans want to see this person, or I think they want to see this person. If you don't have the opportunity to make money off of them, don't do it. Because here's the thing. Here's who it hurts. It only hurts your homegrown boys. Because here's the thing. Let's just say the Merc, on average, gets $100 a night. Okay, let's say then all of a sudden, who's a good name that's a big enough star? Let's say Nick Nemeth comes in, and in my mind, surely Nick Nemeth is getting $3,000 or more. I would say surely. Okay, so if Nick Nemeth don't come in and make that money back plus more, who pays for that? Whose pockets does that PO come out of?
Comes out the boys' pockets.
Comes out the guys who are there every single night and every single show, where even if you got a 300 base audience, those are the guys who put them 300 asses in the seats every single week.
Because he's only in for one night, but you there every show.
And look, Dotson says it best. These guys are coming in. But look, they can love the wrestling business, but they ain't coming their ass in for free. So that tells you what they love more, the wrestling business or that PO. It's all about that PO, and if promoters would look at it like that, I think the wrestling business would be better everywhere, especially around our area.
I mean, that's a part of it. But again, there's also, egos and even more, there's politics involved with it. But I've always had a golden rule that if it don't involve me, I stay out of it. If there's drama, I stay out of it. If there's some politicking going on, I stay out of it. Because at the end of the day, man, I just wrestle.
And if you can stay out of it, that's the best thing to do. But you know as well as I do, like you said earlier, you overheard a conversation. A lot of times, not a lot of times, all the time, there is politicking going on behind your back. So and the way I feel about, look, when I was an active wrestler and young, never thought about politics. But now that I know what I know now, I wish I would have been a politic player, because you can get here's the thing. You said it best. You sat around, you knew you deserved opportunities, but you were passed over for them. Who's to say that the reason you was passed over was because the dude who actually got that opportunity was in the promoter's ear? Always, hey man, I need this shot. This would be a good opponent for me. I could do this. That happens. It happens all the time. It happens every fucking day in the wrestling business. So even when you don't play politics, politics has been being played around you and behind your back. So I know you don't like it, but my advice to any young guys now, once you've been in the business long enough to know your worth and know what confidence in your talent, and you know what you can bring to a show, I'm all for politics, man, because I wish I would have been a politic guy.
Well, I see a little bit. There's politicking, but there's also standing up for yourself. You know what I mean? And I think you're speaking more of the standing up for yourself. When I say politicking, I'm more speaking about how can I say, getting that promoter's ear, but for nefarious reasons. How about I say that?
Dude, this is where we're going to disagree. Standing up for yourself is a totally different thing than playing politics in the wrestling business. Here's the thing. What's the old saying? The fucking squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
You can be the best fucking talent in the world, and you can be the best talent on the roster, but if there's somebody else that's constantly, more times than
Mm-hmm.
not, they gets the spots that the other people deserve. And that's just the
Mm-hmm.
business. It's always been that way. And I'm going to be honest
Mm-hmm.
with you, it's never going to change. That is part of the design of the wrestling business. The wrestling business is a crooked business. I mean, let's get to the basis of the wrestling business. The wrestling business from the start is built on a con.
Yeah, it's carny.
I mean, we're trying to, like magicians, we get in the ring and do what we do to make the money in people's pockets disappear. You know what I mean? It's an illusion.
Yep.
So
That's that old phrase, a mark. There's just a physical mark on a person to know, oh, this is why I need a target.
quit trying. I get sick of people trying to make wrestling something it's not. The business itself wasn't designed it wasn't designed for the love of the wrestling business. It was designed to make money. I mean, that's it. It was designed to make money, nothing else. Look, if you got that much passion and you think you're that bad, then go be a boxer, go be a pro football player, go be an MMA fighter. We don't do that. What we do is separate people from their cash. And that's the honest. I feel like wrestlers in general, if you quit grandizing the wrestling business and making it something it's not because you love it, because we all love it. But reality is reality. Fantasy's one thing, reality's another. We all got
love
passion.
the art of it. The art of it.
We all have passion for it. If we didn't, we would have never even tried to get in this fucking business. We all love it. We all have passion for it. But you got to eventually get past that and realize that this fucking business is about generating cash.
Yeah. I mean, that's just business in general. Hell, if you look at WWE, obviously they in the business of making money, because if you've seen the ticket prices from now going back, 10 years, I mean, hell, that says enough.
I like where we're going here. So let's talk about that for a minute. I'm going to shoot you straight. When TKO first bought WWE, I like some of the things when they first got it, I like some of the things they did, changing the production aspect of it, changing the way they shot some of it, more sports, the way they shot it was more sports oriented. But man, right now, we all know that TKO does not give a flying fuck about the wrestling business. They're wanting to milk this shit for all it's worth, and people can say what they say about Vince McMahon, but I can promise you this, Vince McMahon always cared about the wrestling fan. He cared about making money, but he also cared about the wrestling fans. TKO does not give a fuck, and here's the problem. Wrestling is a poor man's sport. It ain't boxing. Rich people go to boxing. Even MMA. People with a lot of fucking money go to MMA because they got money to blow. Poor people go watch wrestling because you can take your whole fucking, you ought to be able to take your whole fucking family to a wrestling show, even a WWE wrestling show. If you got a family of five, in my opinion, you ought to be able to take a family of five in general admission tickets and go do that for $150 or $200. And that's even steep because I grew up on, hell, the first couple of times I went to the Coliseum, I don't even think general admission was $5 at that.
I was about to say it was about like $3 to $5 or something like that.
Man. But
back in the day, that is before my time.
Well, but you seen families there. I mean, whole families. That's what they come to do. It was a way to get out of the house, take the family to do something, have some fun, and not go fucking broke trying to do it. TKO,
but you know what, Buster? But you know what, though? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's the same exact thing that we at 901 Wrestling been trying to do. I mean, we do $10 general admission tickets. We do kids get in free with every general admission ticket. We do different shows around the city. It's usually only what, $5 or $10. Sometimes it's free.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I told you, like, we're trying to build up and get that known. I mean, hell, Buster, you live in, was it Arkansas, right?
I live in Tennessee now, but I'm
You
from
live in Tennessee?
Arkansas. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
from Arkansas, though.
so for me growing up, I was born in '93, right? So me, when I was growing up, it seemed like there was always a plethora of stuff to do as a kid,
Right,
or just as a family in general, right? Especially coming from a single mom household, like money is very limited. But it's like nowadays when you try to look, even as an adult, you try to find something to do, it's hard as hell to find because we don't have as much. And that's what I think is something to really break through. You know what I mean? It's
right.
a market that I mean they teach this in business school right now. Find your market and pretty much, I don't want to say exploit it, but find your
I mean,
market and focus on that market. And that's exactly the market that has to be uh focused on.
and here's the thing, it's not exploitation just because you
Hmm.
make money off of your product. If you provide a product that's worth the money you're making of it off of it,
Hmm.
that's not exploitation whatsoever.
Hmm.
If the fans feel like they got their money's worth, then you did your fucking job. They're
Yep.
happy, you're happy. Nobody going to a fucking WWE. There ain't no regular people going to WWE hardly no more.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I
You
mean?
know how much nosebleed seats cost? I mean, those are even expensive. Those are running damn near $150 for like one. For
Man,
one.
you'll never, I'll never motherfucking go pay. I ain't paying no more than $25 for a fucking WWE seat anywhere I
Like,
go.
bro,
I ain't going, man. And look, I know
man.
this is not a lot of people don't like when I say this, but I'm gonna
Hmm.
say it. I'm gonna say it outright.
Hey,
If Vince
show, say it.
if Vince McMahon was still in charge today, I know booking sucked, I know all that, but at least he
Hmm.
cared about the wrestling fans.
Hmm.
If some of the McMahons does not figure out a way to buy this company back, the best thing that
Hmm.
could happen to the wrestling business as a whole
Hmm.
is for WWF to go the fuck out of business. Here's the thing: as long as WWE's in business, that's what everybody aspires to be, and it holds regional. It holds like all across the United States. There used to be 30, 40 regional promotions that had regional television that did great
Hmm.
ratings, and they had rosters that made a weekly living wrestling. They had wrestlers
Hmm.
that all of them supported their family by wrestling. Now they wasn't making $1 million, but I mean, say you're making $1,000 a week to wrestle.
Hey, that's
I
still
mean,
good.
that's still fucking good to do what you love, and you can
Yep.
support your family on that. That's $4,000 a month if you make that
Hmm.
$1,000 every week. But as long
Hmm.
as the WWE's around, that'll never ever happen because there's a lot of people around the United States that would sink money into starting regional companies if there was an
Hmm.
opportunity for them to succeed. But as
Mm.
long as WWE's out there, there's no opportunity. And I think it would rebirth the wrestling business. I think,
Yeah.
look, when I was coming up, I never believed we would see WCW go out of business. Like it never even crossed my mind until it fucking happened. Like I
Hmm.
growed up with it. I went from Georgia Championship Wrestling,
Hmm.
NWA to
Hmm.
WCW, and you never thought that was going nowhere until the day it did, and that changed my
Hmm.
whole perspective. And I'm seeing that again now. The best thing for wrestlers and professional wrestling is for the WWF to go the fuck out of business.
It's kind of using like the Vegas analogy. You know, back in the day, Vegas. And I'm a big. I love me some Vegas. Vegas used to be run by the mob, and back then, hell, you can have a cheap vacation, get steak and lobster dinners for cheap, but the mob treated you good. Yeah, they were doing some shady stuff, but they were treating you good up until the corporation started buying it out, and now you have how it is now. Everything is extraordinarily expensive to just enjoy a weekend out there. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Is usually it's corporate greed. But that's a whole different subject for a whole different day.
I got one final question for you, and this time I'm really gonna let you go when we're done because
Okay.
we're running on an hour and 40 minutes. You mentioned the mob. Okay,
Oh.
everybody nowadays seems to have this fucking idea that pro wrestling, is supposed to
Mm.
be all inclusive. Let me
Hmm.
ask you this: can
Hmm.
you just be a regular ass dude and go join the mob?
No.
Somebody has to.
Pro wrestling takes.
look,
I'll say it's inclusive in ways, but there are also things that it's kind of like prerequisites, like you have to kind of have to be. I mean, just have a sprinkling of success within pro wrestling. I
here's
mean, you
here.
got go ahead.
Well, here's what I'm saying. It is all inclusive for the fans. We want
Hmm.
everybody to watch and love pro wrestling. I don't give a fuck whether you're black, white, green, gay,
Hmm.
straight, whatever the
Hmm.
fuck, trans. We want everybody to love pro wrestling, but not everybody was meant to be in the pro wrestling business.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
when the pro wrestling business was ran like the mafia, it
Hmm.
made a lot more money than it does now. For
Hmm.
everybody, you got your big
Hmm.
stars and the big companies that are making millions. You got a handful
Hmm.
of guys who are becoming filthy rich off the wrestling business, but all the rest of us motherfuckers are like chickens, just trying to pick up enough off the ground to survive. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
I mean, wrestling was not meant to be in the wrestling business was not meant to be all inclusive. And that
Hmm.
I'm not saying that say you're gay, you shouldn't be in the wrestling
No,
business. That's
I
not what
know,
I'm saying.
I know what you mean. Like if you're, what I'm saying, gamer Charlie who weighs 325 pounds and never lifted a weight in your life, and now you want to be a world champion, so you go get a belt and make a backyard fest, so make you. No, I know exactly what you mean. Uh, yeah, there.
Anybody can be in the wrestling business, but you got to pass that test.
Hmm.
We shouldn't just open the door. It's like the open borders. We shouldn't just open the fucking door and let anybody who
Hmm.
wants to walk through.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah, it's
that is
that's why I
hard.
said there's the prerequisites for it. Like you don't just come in and just be like, oh, well, I don't gotta go to the gym, or oh, I don't have to get, professional gear. I'll just, get some shorts and kick pads and call it a day, No, there are definitely prerequisites. You need to make sure you have at least your body in check and for in some sort of fashion. I understand everybody's bodies are different. You need to look good. You can't be looking sloppy unless you just got a gimmick where you look sloppy, I guess.
You shouldn't be able to
Like,
be a wrestler just because you want to be a wrestler.
you gotta have something to it,
You
I
know,
mean, you don't, because especially for guys that spend time and the money to one train and put your body through the first off, you gotta be crazy as fuck to want to wrestle. So one, I mean, put put your body through what you put your body through. I mean, I can tell you offhand. I mean, everything that's wrong with my body. I could probably say, I mean, you gotta be a little crazy, but you have to put in that work. You have to. I mean, hell, Buster, I'm 13 years in. I still help break down and set up and break down rings. You know,
right?
you
And,
never. I tell people all the time, you're never done paying dues, bro. Like, yeah, you don't. You can get to a certain time where you don't, but I mean, hell, even Charles Robinson still does ring crew. You know what I mean?
right, right.
Um,
Jimmy Hart will do whatever the fuck needs to be done
hmm
to make sure the show goes off.
and plus, and plus for us indie guys, especially like if we're doing a show at Minglewood, dude, after a match, after I done wrestle for 10, 15 minutes, man, I'm ready to go the fuck home. Let's get this ring down so we can fucking go.
Or at least go to the after party and hope somebody shows
Yeah,
the fuck
I
up. You
mean,
know what I
shit,
mean?
man. I'm ready to go have a beer and something to eat, take a shower, and get in bed. I got, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. Unc is tired. I'm 32, turning 33. My body is not the same when I first
Man,
started.
you still a damn baby, man. What are you talking about, dude?
Hey man,
Shit.
you ask some of these youngins that's coming up. We are uncles out here, and bro. I've talked to some of them, and they're like, "Oh damn, you 30, you 32. You don't look like you like an uncle." It's like, man, don't say that shit, bro.
Yeah, you already over the hill at 32, man.
Man,
I wish I was fucking 32, dude. I'll be honest with you. And look, Donnie's here and he said gear ain't cheap. And that's the honest that's something too.
hmm
If you're gonna get in this business, you got to spend money on yourself. You got to spend money on
hmm
your gear. Look, back in 1991, when I ordered my first pair of boots, Them motherfuckers
Mm-hmm.
cost me $400 fucking dollars just
Ooh,
for the
yeah.
boots. Just for the
Mm-hmm.
boots. These were Noel Ash boots made in Paris, Arkansas.
Yep.
But they last for fucking ever. They never ever.
Yep.
But like I see people buy boots from different places now, have them 6
Mm-hmm.
months, and they blow out on them somewhere. Man,
Mm-hmm.
the boots back in the days, and we're talking 91, so $400 then is like probably $600 now, for a pair of boots. But them motherfuckers last you a lifetime. But that's the thing too. You can't just go to Walmart and buy some shit you think looks good and put it on and
It's
expect people
specialized
to give a
equipment.
fuck about you. And expect people to give a fuck about you.
I will say
DJ,
this:
what's
like,
up, dude?
if you're starting off, like, if you green as goose shit, you don't need the most extravagant stuff.
Right.
Because one, you don't know shit. You don't even know what you want to be. You're not even, you know what I'm saying? You're not even there. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to take the time to first get the, you know what I'm saying, get some bumps in, get your shit in. And while you're doing that, you evolve. And one thing Chris Jericho uh said best, well, at least to me, is that you have to constantly change things. The Merc the iteration of the Merc that I have right now is not the same Merc that I started with back in, when I come up with it, like 2018 and 2019. It's not the same Merc, you know what I mean? You constantly have to evolve yourself. Um
And that happens naturally. I see so many
Mhm,
young guys, they start training, and in their head, they've already decided who they are, who they're going to be, what
mhm,
they're going to look like. When what they ought to be doing
mhm,
is worried about training properly, learning the fucking business, and getting as many fucking matches under their belt as they can. Because you said it,
mhm,
you don't even know who the fuck you are. We all got
mhm,
preconceived notions of who we want to be before we get into
mhm,
this business. But you don't know until you get into this business, learn the business, hone your craft, and over time,
mhm,
it eventually comes out. I mean, the gimmick's
mhm.
already in there. You just got to
Yep.
give it time and nurture it long enough for the gimmick to bubble up to the surface. Uh,
Mhm,
don't get caught. If you're a brand new wrestler, don't get caught up. Don't get stuck on this is what I'm going to be. Because if people ain't buying it, it don't matter what the
mhm.
fuck you want to be. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. I
If
mean, to be honest with, when I first started 13 years ago, I was a baby face. I was the kid Chris Evans, just because I was the new kid on the block. You know what I mean? And that shit, you know,
played out,
it worked for then because I
right?
was new, but at some point in time, once I start, getting some experience, it's like, okay, what, I can't be the kid forever. I mean, I'm hell, when did I turn heel? Like, I'm 24, 25. Motherfucker, I got a kid on the way. I can't be the kid anymore. So it's like, what's
Look,
next?
here's a perfect example. Me and the Colorado kid started together and trained together.
Mm,
Uh,
mhm,
and already, like, I had to lie on my fucking waiver to say I was 18 when I wasn't but 17. This motherfucker
mhm.
was 10 years older than he actually said he was, so he had to lie, say he was younger,
Mhm,
because he was probably already 26, 27. But the Colorado kid, even now,
mhm,
look at him now. Very seldom you see him on shows, but when you do now, he's Mike Rapata. Eventually,
mhm,
I don't care who you are, there comes a time if you got in your fucking name, you outgrow it. It's
mhm.
just as simple as that. You outgrow it. I don't care who you are, you outgrow it. And I just want guys to not get stuck on something
Yeah,
and that be their hang up. Because
yeah.
if you get too focused on one thing, that can push you right out of this business, man.
Mhm. Yep,
Chris,
yep.
dude, we are fucking an hour and 45 minutes in, man.
I say we
I,
2 hours in, bro.
dude, I don't think I can do a fucking hour podcast. I know I tell everybody, you good with 45 minutes to an hour? 2 hours later, we're still here talking. Dude, I
Mhm.
appreciate you so much for coming on. I am happy that you are the 901 heavyweight fucking champion you told me you'd be. A year later, here you sit. 901
Mhm.
heavyweight champion, dude. You did what you said you was
Mhm.
gonna do.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I don't talk shit just to talk shit. I mean it. And I will back it up one way or another.
there you go, man. Chris, man, your beautiful wife, y'all have a great night, my friend.
Hey, Buster, you take it easy. You know, next time we talk, hell, I might be owner of 901 Wrestling.
Hey, dude, look, I like to bring everybody back in a year to see where the progress has been, to see where you've grown. Let's count on that. You just said it. I'm marking it down. A year from this date, I want your ass back, and you better be the owner of 901 Wrestling, dude.
Hey, you know, I'm in business school. I graduate next year, so I might be doing a corporate takeover, a hostile takeover. We'll see.
We'll see, man. You take it easy, my friend.
You too, Buster.
All right, y'all, you seen it right there. The Merc, Chris Evans, 901 Wrestling. Go check out 901, whether it's their big show once a month at Minglewood Hall, or whether you go check out one of their outline shows that they do at some of these different places around Memphis, or Saturday Morning Live. That's where you need to go do. You need to go check out Saturday Morning Live. Support these guys. 901, great promotion, great talent. And like I said, I feel like 901 has the pulse of Memphis, Tennessee. Guys, I am out of here. I think I'm back Monday night. I got 3 podcasts next week. Going to be a busy week. So get ready. I'm thinking we're back Monday night for the first one, 7 p.m. So be sure to join us. Until then, y'all take it easy.
When you hear that Buster H.R. Man, it's about to go down. You feel the tension in the air. Wrestling fans all over the world, get ready for this right here. They're gonna have a field day with this one. You're about to witness Buster Unmasked. There's no telling what Buster's gonna say today. We just getting started.